Brought to you by Lean Body, the #1 protein shake in gyms across America.
We're training shoulders today, so I do like to warm up my chest and my rear delts. A lot of people, when they do flies, they go from A to B, right? They get their hands together. What you really need to focus on are the elbows. And when you're doing that, you should be extended, you shouldn't be completely extended at the elbow, but through the chest, you should be in a full stretch. And when you drive forward, you don't want to drive your hands forward. You want to drive your elbows forward and towards each other, and aim to get a contraction of the chest before your hands touch. So if you do that, you come to a full stretch, you drive, you should be able to squeeze here before you get here and keep the chest engaged. Hitting rear delts, you really want your hips to be behind you, your chest forward, and let your hands and your shoulders reach forward for a stretch of that rear delt. And when you're reaching, you want to keep reaching out, 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 squeeze out rather than back. Because if I go back and I engage my elbows, then I'm getting more trap. Versus if I just reach, 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 squeeze at the top, I'm really isolating my rear delts. Plate loaded shoulder press. Basically the same thing as a dumbbell shoulder press, a barbell shoulder press. A little less stability on you because it is a machine, but on this, I mean, you still really do have to stabilize. So it's not like you're really taking out much of the work here. All right, feels actually fine. I never train upper body anymore, so I don't know, like, have no concept of my strengths. Like, Back in my day, I hit three plates on this for 8. This is my favorite shoulder press. My goal here is to come up to get a contraction of the delt at the top. And from there, I'm controlling it down. I'm getting a pause in here. I'm controlling it down and then driving again. Making sure my first rep looks pretty much the same as my last rep, or my last rep looks pretty much the same as my first rep. And that's my goal. I always had a goal when I was super strong that I wanted to be able to manhandle a 45 like I can 25, and I never got there. I'll just like not have it look like I'm like, look. Yeah, I never got there. You're the one who said I could do this. That wasn't too bad. I think that was 10. I always train like absolute fucking failure. I grew. Yeah, it's one of those, I think I could have done it smarter, but it's one of those things where it's like a foolproof. I am establishing a new stimulus every single time I step foot in that gym, but I could have done it smarter. All right, I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna aim for 8. Usually I feel like I would drop a weight, but this does feel, or drop the weight for this second set, I would drop the weight, but this feels really good, so I'm gonna do it again because I really don't train shoulders that often. But this is gonna be our second set. We'll probably do one more, back off, do a little bit higher of reps, and move on from there. Oof. That'll do it. That'll do it. I'm gonna do a second press, and I'm doing a single arm press. Why? I kind of want to just work on the stability through my whole shoulder and core. Focus here is going to be keeping your body level and straight across your shoulder blades, and making sure that you're not letting your body lean to one side or the other in order to compensate in order to get that dumbbell up. You really want to focus on your control. Make sure when you're coming in, you're being safe. Your elbow isn't straight next to your body. You're actually a little bit in front of your body so that it's a safer range of motion on that front delt. I'm actually going to start on my left because I'm weaker on my left and I'd rather start on my weaker side. I got 10 on my left side. It's usually my weak side, so now I'm gonna match it on my right side. Whether it's easy or hard, I'm still gonna start with 10. So that was 10. I would argue that I probably could have done 2 more. But like I said, I'm only matching it on my strong side compared to my weak side, so I stopped at 10. Side lateral raises. Who doesn't want bigger shoulders? I feel like this is one of the major movements to build your side delts. So ultimately, what we're gonna do here is kind of the same thing as those flies, being your hands have zero connection to your shoulders, right? So the focus should not be on your hands. You shouldn't be over gripping. You shouldn't be over really doing anything with your hands. You really just want to grip the dumbbells, let them hang on. And when you drive for the rep, you want to reach down and you want to reach out so that you'll see the dumbbell is not above my shoulder, my elbow is not above my shoulder, but I'm at a peak contraction of that delt. So I'm controlling it down to a stretch. I'm not just letting it loose. I'm coming to a stretch of my delt, and then I'm reaching for contraction. I think it's important that you know I'm reaching. I'm not coming up though. Then my traps are involved. I'm really down. I'm pushing down the whole time, and I'm reaching so that I'm really keeping my traps out of this movement, and I'm really isolating my side delts. All right, we're gonna do a single arm cable lateral. So step 1, you want the cable set up to be at your fingertips height, so roughly there. It's not crazy important that it's super accurate, but roughly where your fingertips land. You want to attach the cuff, make it big enough for your hand. Who can actually do any more than the first plate on laterals? Not me. Once again, my left arm tends to be weaker than my right, so I'm always going to start single arm movements on that weaker side. I'm actually going to use this to grip because I'm so used to actually holding something when I'm doing my laterals. I find that it's easier to isolate and lock that lateral in if I am holding something, contracting everything all the way down. So with this movement, my feet, technical difficulties here. Okay, just kept going. All right, my feet are gonna be pretty close to this cable. And then what I'm gonna do is take the slack out of the cable so that my lateral is in the stretch position. So I'm starting already engaging that lateral. I'm gonna punch down and then I'm gonna reach down and out, aiming for a contraction of that side delt, going for the stretch, reaching down and out. Shit. Yeah. 8. That was 8.
That was 8, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, this is, I only got 8 on this.
Yeah.
That's all reliable.
Yeah.
It's the only one that's, she's always been there.